want. They do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. Yeah, they can't catch up because they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced. On attack when I tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Hit dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, I need one over here. I need one over here.
Hey, let's
First carry for Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go one more. I got him. On me. Mike, 15. Right there in the middle. 55. Right there.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. The reception good for 7. It's an early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Check.
On Sunday.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
I got him, back smart. I got him.
Attack!
From midfield, here's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Tight end right. First and 10. I got 87. Watch the edge.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And that'll bring up second down.
I'm going to run you over.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to throw. Hendricks. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Now Chubb running right.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mark 55! Mark 55!
On second and 12, Mahomes. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On the carry, it's Chubb. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They run. Chubb. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
It's second and 8 at the 28-yard line.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Yellow, yellow.
I can't believe we let you play.
Hero 15.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
I 7, let's go.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 18.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
Hey, 43, 15.
Motion.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes being chased out left. And now he's going to, Mahomes hit, he lost the football. And the offense will hold on to this one right at the 5-yard line. Lucky there.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point safely through, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Look, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. What's good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
55. Check. Switch.
Attack.
I got motion.
Mahomes going to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
Big stop, let's go.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But not a big gain with that play. But what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
You don't want no problem in me.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 53, Mike. Check 53.
From the gun, Hendricks. Open man is Michael Thomas. To call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
It's our time. It's our time. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
On 1st down, Hendricks. And this will be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Hendricks. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain it.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
On the ground, Kamara. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 36 yards out. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To throw on second down. Hendricks steps away to his left. He'll run it, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
3 bucks. Yellow. Jumper. Color.
Back 66. Bullet high. Come back.
Now Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They run it for the first time in the backup Murray. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Third and short yardage. Bridgewater going up top. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 7-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And they will finally get him down to the 27-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
That's good for Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
I don't need to.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Chubb on the counter. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, let's get them horns.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Let's go.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Mike 55.
On first down, Mahomes gets this one to Hill. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
It's a gain of 11. That's another.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, watch this.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Off the draw, here's Williams. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
A loss of 2 yards. It's now 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Banjo. Yellow. Mike 55.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he finds Stills complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Mahomes now to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Watch out.
Now Chubb. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Uncorks one for Davis. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go, Will, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. They want this.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. This quarterback now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. Play action now. Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing, Bridgewater. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
56. Mike, 56. 56. Coming to you. Coming to you.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down, Saints.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And the Saints, first down.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
They'll look to throw. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Lutz with the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's Kelsey on the ground. A gain of 6 there on first. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Y'all playing the wrong team. Mike's 50.
Back to throw. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. To throw is Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Hey, Ridley. 55, Mike 55. Attack. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Let go.
Now Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sherman. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and never an easy thing to come into Arrowhead and get the victory. One of the toughest places to play in the league, but they did it.
Some of the best fan support in the league. They take pride in it. They love their team. They rally around them, good and bad. But when it's good, oh, it is so difficult to come into this place and get a win. From the time they sing the national anthem and finish it with the home of the Chiefs, you're in trouble right from that moment, usually.
So for New Orleans, they continue to